Today's our topic is meaning of not for profit organization, that means NPO, non-profit organization. Non-profit organization means not making profit, not making profit. The primary objective of a business organization is to earn profit, is to earn profit. Hence all the business or the commercial organization are called profit making. Primary objective of a business organization is to earn profit, hence all the business or commercial organization are called profit making organization. On the other hand, there are some organizations or institutions or associations which are called non-trading organizations or not for profit organization. The main objective of these organizations is to provide service to their members or beneficiaries or to the society as the whole without any intention to seek profit. It means not for profit organization means not making profit, not making profit. The main objective is this organization to provide service to their members or beneficiaries or to the society as the whole without any intention to seek profit. Without profit you are doing work, the organization is doing work. Not for profit organization refer to concern or institutions which render services to the members of society and work for the promotion of charity, religion, education, literature, art and culture, etc. Without aiming at profit, the surplus of these organizations is not distributed among their members, rather it is used for the promotion of activities of the good of the organization. It means not for profit organization refer to concerns or institutions which render services. Service, its main motive is service, provide service to the members or society, provide services to the members or society and work for the promotion of charity, religion, education, literature, art and culture, etc. without aiming at profit. That means we don't want profit. The organization is not wanting profit. The surplus of this organization is not distributed among their members, rather it is used for the promotion of activities of the good of the organization. Now example of non-profit organization you can see here. First is educational institutions. All educational institution main objectives provide services like a school, college, universities. Religious organizations like mandir, masjid, gurudwara and church, etc. Sports institutions like a sports club, vyayam sala, etc. And social institutions like hospital, libraries, charitable trusts, nursing homes, etc. And recreations and cultural organizations. Recreation club, recreation means entertainment club, and cultural societies, literary society, etc. Professional bodies or institutions like Chamber of Commerce, Trade Union, Medical Council of India, Institute of Chartered Accountant of India, etc. These are also NPO, example of NPO. And professional persons like doctors, engineers, lawyers, professors, chartered accountants, actors, singers, players, etc. These all are coming example of NPO. Now we see what are the main objective of not for profit organizations. The main objective of non-profit earnings organization are as follow. Number 1, to provide services. To provide service or recreation to its member or group or the public at large. To work for the welfare of the society or promotion of religion, education, art culture and sports, etc. So we can see in a short way, provide service and recreation and welfare of the society, promotion, religion, education, art, culture and sports. Now main features or characteristics of not for profit organizations, NPO. What are the main features or characteristics? So we can see here, number 1, not for profit organizations are established for the welfare and services of the society. Welfare and services of the society and their members. They promote art, culture, religion, education, sports, etc. They do not operate with the objective of earning profit. They do not operate with the objective of earning profit. These organizations are set up as charitable societies, trust or club, etc. The major sources of funds of these organizations are, number 1, subscription. First is subscription from their members, donation, contribution from outsiders, and government aids or grants. So these are the source income of NPO. These organizations are managed by a managing or executive committee elected by their members. These all like subscription from their members, donation, contribution from outsiders and government aids or grants. These all are managed by the committee, executive committee elected by their members. These organizations prepare receipt and payment account. First, receipt and payment account. So in this chapter we will deeply study receipt and payment account, income and expenditure account and balance sheet. That means NPO prepare 3 things. Number 1, receipt and payment account first, second, income and expenditure account, and last one is balance sheet. The surplus of these organizations are not distributed amongst the members. It is added to the capital fund. Whatever the profit earned by the NPO, the profit earned by NPO, this surplus amount is not distributed among the members. It will be added in the capital fund. Now we see difference between not for profit organization and profit earning organizations. So the points of distinction between a profit earning organization and not for profit earning organizations are as follow. Number 1, primary motive. What are the primary motive of profit earning organization? Profit earning organization and not for profit organizations. The primary motive of such organization is to earn profit. Its main objective is earn profit, primary motive. But the primary motive is such as entity organization is provide services, serve people, means services. Fund, it is represented by owner's capital, accumulated reserve and surplus. Here fund is known as the owner's fund. Here fund what will be get, then it will be known as owner's fund. But in case of not for profit organizations, there is capital fund or general fund. It is represented by donation, subscription and surplus, etc. Now net result activities. The net result of the activities of such an organization is known as the net profit or net loss. And here the net result of this type of the organization is known as the surplus or deficit. Surplus means profit, deficit means loss. Only name is different. Now financial statement. The financial statement of such type of organization include manufacturing account or trading account. We have discussed in class 11. You have knowledge about it. Trading account, profit and loss account and balance sheet. So these are profit earning organization prepare 3 things. First, trading account, profit and loss account, and third one is balance sheet. But here NPO prepare 3 things: receipt and payment account, income and expenditure account, and last one is balance sheet. Now we will learn accounting records of not for profit organizations. A majority of the profit organization maintain their accounting records under the single entry system. The majority of the profit earning maintain their accounting records under the single entry system. They usually maintain a cash book, suppliers ledger and members register Where the size of the organization is large, the accounts are kept under the complete double entry system. It should be noted that a non-profit organization too employs the same accrual basis of accounting used by a business entity. Non-trading organizations or institutions are required to keep proper accounting records and keep control over the utilization of their fund. With this end in view, they maintain their accounts on double entry system. Double entry system, we know about it. Double entry system in class 11 we have already discussed. Double entry system, effect of two things, but their system of the keeping accounts is quite different than that of the trading concern, since the objective of non-trading institutions is not to earn profit like that of the trading concern. They keep the accounts on the cash system instead of mercantile system, only cash system. Under this system, cash book is the most important book of accounting record, but various institutions, the professional persons keep the following books according to their requirement. Number 1, cash book. In this book, all cash receipt and payments are duly recorded. Memorandum or waste book. In this book, all the transactions or of credit nature are recorded. Memorandum or waste book it is. That means credit nature. Cash basis you will record in cash book, but not cash, it is credit only. So we will record in the waste book or memorandum book. Now third is stock register. In this register, record of all assets, all fixed assets and consumable items are maintained. Salaries and wages register. This register contain the record of salaries of staff employed by the organizations and wages paid to the workmen. Member register. This register maintain full details of the members of the organization, subscription received from them, outstanding subscription and that of the advance subscription. Member register. So member register received the subscription, outstanding subscription and advance subscription. Other registers such as subscription register, donors book and fee collection register, etc. Now we see necessity or objective of accounting records. Why it is needed? Why it is necessity or objective of accounting records? So these organizations or institutions are required to keep proper accounting record to fulfill the following objectives. Number 1, to keep proper control over the utilization of their funds. It is very important point. Proper control over the utilization of their funds. Next, second, avoid or minimize the chances of misappropriations or embezzlement of the funds contributed by the members, donors, government and other bodies. To facilitate preparation of financial statement at the end of the year, financial statement, and facilitate comparison of the financial result with that of the budget, and so that the expenses are made in the light of the objective of the institutions, and to arrive at the surplus or deficit at the end of the accounting year. Next, to compile with the statutory requirements or for seeking financial grants. So we have discussed with the 7 points necessity or objective of accounting records, why it is needed. Now we see financial statement of final accounts of non-trading organizations. So not for profit organization prepare their annual accounts, that is final accounts, that at the end of the every financial year. The objective of preparing financial statement are twofold. Number 1, to apprise the members about the financial affairs of the organization and to submit the same to the government department of for the financial grants or aid. So usually we prepare three things in this NPO. First, receipt and payment account, income and expenditure account, and balance sheet. Now we see what is receipt and payment account. What is this? So meaning of receipt and payment account. A receipt and payment account is a summary. It is a summary. It is a summary of cash receipt and cash payment relating to the given period. Accounting according to William Pickles. William Pickles, receipt and payment account is nothing more than a summary of cash book, cash and bank transactions over a certain period, analyzed and classified under the suitable headings. It is the form of account most commonly adopted by the treasurers of societies, club, associations, etc. when preparing the result of the year's working. The receipt and payment account is an asset account. It is an asset account or real account. The receipts and payment account is an asset account. It is in fact a summary of cash book. It is prepared at the end of the period. Under consideration all receipts relating to the past, present or future period. That means everything will be recorded as like past, present and future are shown on the debit side, are shown in the debit side. That means all receipt, all incomes, all receipt you will record in the debit side, and all payments relating to the past, present or future is on the credit side of this account. It should be noted that in receipt and payment account both revenue and capital items are shown. Capital and revenue item are shown. It does not give the date of transaction. It does not give the date of transaction. Thus both cash book and receipt and payment account provide the same information. We can say cash book or receipt and payment account shows same information given, but in different manners. Here in the same respect they differ from each other. So what is the difference between receipt and payment account and cash book? We can see here is a receipt and payment account. It is a cash book. Entries are not made date wise, but all entries are made date wise. It is one basic difference, date wise. Next, entries are made in the classified form, but entries are made in the chronological order, systematic. And this account is prepared at the end of the accounting year, but cash book is recorded on the daily basis. Fourth difference is this is prepared by the not-for-profit organizations. Receipt payment account prepared by NPO, and it is prepared by all the organization trading or non-trading. Ledger folio, it is no column of ledger folio, and this has a separate column for the ledger folio. And left side is receipt side and right side is payment side. Here left side is debit and right side is credit. One difference it is. Now we see main features of receipt payment accounts. It is like a cash book. Second, it is summary of cash and bank transactions. All the cash receipt, whether they are of capital nature or revenue nature, are shown on the debit side of this account. All cash receipt you will record, whether it is a capital nature or revenue nature. Likewise, all cash payments, whether they are capital nature or revenue nature, are shown in the credit side of this account. It starts with the opening cash and bank balance shown on the debit side of this account and ends with the closing balance of cash and bank being shown on the credit side. The closing balance of this account indicate the cash left after meeting the expenses. It is carried forward, and it does not record the non-cash item such as depreciation. Such as depreciation here not recorded. It include all the receipt and payment whether they are related to the current, past and future period. It ignore the outstanding expenses or accrued incomes. Ignore ignore the outstanding expenses or accrued income. Next, important points to be remembered in respect of receipt payment account. What will be conclusion from these all points we have just discussed? First, in receipt and payment account, all cash transactions made in the current year are recorded whether they are related to past, current or future. Non-cash transaction, example depreciation, are not recorded in this account. Credit transactions, outstanding expenses, accrued income, unearned income are not recorded in this account. In this account, transactions are recorded with the actual cash, and this account shows cash balance at the end of the year. Now some limitations of recent payment account. What are the different limitations? So following are the limitation recent payment account. Number 1, it is prepared on cash basis of accounting and does not contain any non-cash item of expenses like depreciation. It is one demerit point, limitation. It is prepared on the cash basis only and does not contain any non-cash item as like expense, example depreciation. It does not provide information about the income and expenses of the accounting period. It only reveals the amount of income and expenditure in cash. It does not help it does not help in judging the financial position of the organization as it shows cash and bank transactions only. It does not show under asset and liabilities. It does not show the deficit and surplus because it is a recent payment account. It is not prepared on the actual accrual basis. It is not prepared on the accrual basis. So there are some limitations of the recent payment account. It is not accurate 100% sure it is a good account, but some limitations here we have just discussed. 5 limitations given. Number 1, it is prepared on the cash basis. It is not contains non-cash item. First demerit it is. Second one is provide information, does not provide information about the income expenses, and also not show the deficit and surplus. So from these all points we can say some demerit and some merit from these accounts. Okay, thank you.